Wherever you are, welcome to another of my takes on China from a place no one or not many people outside of China will have heard of, but a very famous place here called Yer Yang. It's on the border of Hunan and Hubei, right next to the Dongting Lake, which for anyone who doesn't know is called Dongting Hu in Chinese, Hu being the name of a lake. And the two provinces on the north and south of it, Hubei is north of the lake, Hunan is south of the lake. That's how they get their names. So although I rode into town on a bike, I was picked up this evening for dinner by an old friend, someone that I've known several years and who has visited me in Zhongshan, met with me in other places, and he's invited me here several times. So it was great to catch up with him again, have a wonderful meal, as well as great conversation. On the way back to the hotel, I noticed his GPS was giving him directions in a cartoon-like voice, and I thought, this is fun, it's different. And it's something I hadn't heard before. The character was an animated character from one of China's very popular movies. So it made me think a lot, and we started talking about how China is moving forward in so many different directions. It's not just with the AI, the medical advances, the communication advances, space exploration, all the other things like education and entertainment. And that's the big one. Entertainment is doing something more and going one step further. At least in China it is. It's actually engaging people and getting them to participate. It isn't just the people we see all the time dressed in their favorite characters or their outfits. Although that is part of it, it certainly isn't all of it. According to Global Times, China now has over 30 million online authors. I wonder if I'm one of them. But seriously though, an associate researcher at the Central Academy of Culture and Tourism Administration, Sun Jiashan, told the Global Times, online literature, like online games, short videos, live streaming, and micro-dramas, is part of China's digital cultural industry. It's also a key component of popular culture, and these sectors are all interconnected and mutually reinforcing, serving as a media lever that facilitates the deep integration of culture and tourism. What does that mean? Examples of tourism are the number of people visiting the sites where these games and videos are made, as well as the number of people cosplaying, and as I found out this evening, a large number of people downloading the characters' voices for their GPS or other things at home just to entertain their kids or be part of the culture. And it isn't just at home in China that this is happening. It's actually happening all over the world. Look at the success of the game Black Myth Wukong. That game drew inspiration from 36 landmarks in China, and each of those is now a very popular tourist destination. Then there's Yer Yang too, which despite a very snarky and unfair report in Australia's ABC, still went on to break all records and become one of the world's most popular movies. And according to some market experts, this was all done without marketing. In other words, people just wanted to see it because they'd heard from other people that it was a great movie. What we're seeing here is a shift in power. It isn't diplomatic, it isn't military, it's cultural. And China's culture is now meeting the needs and expectations of millions of people outside of China who are being fed bad information about China, something I'm personally really pleased to see. And this is all brought about because my friend uses the character Yer Yang to entertain his 3-year-old daughter in the car. I can't help but wonder if the powers in Washington are scratching their heads and wondering, what do they have to do? They literally pay billions every year to denigrate and badmouth China, and then China brings out a game, a movie, a character. Think about Kung Fu Panda a few years ago, or some other form of online entertainment like Xiaohongshu just did, Red Note. A few months ago that was, and it just smashes their false narratives out of the water. China's soft power, which also includes giving visa-free entry to hundreds of millions of foreign tourists, is no match for the bills that Congress writes, the billions spent in media and academia, and the rubbish that Hollywood puts out to show how China is bad. Their narrative is blown completely out of the water, and it seems that China isn't even trying yet. Let's see what happens when China really gets serious. Look out for that. And I'll be back, and I will see you next time. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and bye for now.